Hey guys, it's Elizabeth from the Missionaries of God's Love in Tustin, California. Many of the times, we have the wrong ideas of God and religion. We think that following God or having faith means that we won't have any more problems, and that we'll be liberated from bad things. But before we dive deeper into this topic, let's prepare ourselves for this teaching and meditation. I invite you to find a quiet place to sit. Strain your back, relax your shoulders, and take a deep breath in. Invite the Holy Spirit to come to you. Holy Spirit, please enter in me and please heal any part of my body that is harmed. And please heal my mind, so my thoughts are full of peace and joy, or that they're about you. Today we're going to talk about why does God permit things that I don't like? And we're going to include 2 solutions on how we can handle problems. If we want God to take control of our life, this means that things won't always happen the way we want them to. And if things are going our way, then that means you're actually controlling your life. We're living our lives the way we want to. God is not controlling our lives. God knows millions of things about your past, present, and future. Things that we don't even know. This is why God permits things that we don't like in us and in the world and in our families. God permits things that we don't understand, but in God's universal and eternal plan, the things He allows have a why and a purpose, and they always have a happy ending for those who are the children of God and His followers. But people who have painful endings means that they probably have rejected or moved away from God. Many of the bad things that happen and affect us are not because they are God's plan. It's most likely because we're disobedient. We cause the problems we have when we disobey God. Now, we can understand a bit more why there's illnesses, tragedies, car crashes, and even deaths, which we will all experience. But the children of God submit to Him and abandon themselves to Him whenever they face difficulties. If we're a disciple of Christ and we have given Him our life and our will, this means that we no longer make major decisions, and not even small decisions. We are instead guided by God, and we trust that God knows better than us. We trust that He knows what is better for us, and we allow God to make the decisions. We accept the bad things in our life because even if God did not intentionally plan it, He allowed it because of a person's disobedience. But God will transform that bad thing or disobedience into a blessing. An exemplary person is St.Francis of Assisi. He got to know God more forcefully than willingly. When he was young, he was rich, and he had a life filled with pleasure. But he had painful experiences, and he nearly died. He also suffered because of his reputation in society, because back then, the reputation you had actually mattered a lot. His painful experiences made him reflect what he values in life. He reflected on his goals and decisions, which were very worldly. He realized that life flies by, and that all the riches and pleasures of the world are nothing or are like trash when you don't have God. And this Bible verse can be found in Philippians 3, verse 8. We highly recommend you listen to the St. Francis course we have in Spanish on our YouTube channel. In order for us to heal and to stop suffering, there are two things that we can do: submission and acceptance. If we want problems to stop affecting us, we need to submit to God's will and accept God's will. We need to accept lovingly, not forcefully, although in the beginning it'll most likely be painful. Jesus' prayer at Mount of the Olives is a perfect example. Jesus was experiencing lots of agony and sorrow, the biggest kind of pain in his life. He asked God, "I ask you, Father, to depart from me this cross, this chalice. May my will not be done, but yours." And then Jesus was left in pain, but with peace in his Father's arms. See how God knows much more than we do, and why he permits things even if we don't understand them? St. Paul wrote 1 Corinthians 1, verse 25, and it reads, "For the foolishness of God is wiser than human wisdom, and the weakness of God is stronger than human strength." And before that verse, verses 18 to 20 reads, "For the message of the cross is foolishness to those who are perishing." This is saying that those who are condemned don't understand the purpose of the cross, of suffering. But to us who are being saved, it is the power of God. This is very true. The cross is God's power in our life. The problems we have, the weaknesses we have in our life, is when God's power is the strongest. For it is written, "I will destroy the wisdom of the wise. The intelligence of the intelligent I will frustrate." Where is the wise person? Where is the teacher of the law? Where is the philosopher of this age? Has not God made foolish the wisdom of the world? The last verse is so applicable nowadays, where people want to do whatever they want. Continue meditating on this topic and tell God, "Speak to me, O Lord, for your servant is listening."